I started getting interested in out-of-body experiences because I was getting sleep paralysis. So I just kept waking up feeling paralyzed. I didn't understand what was happening to me. So I did a bit of research on the net, and I found, the courses offered by Gnostic Web. And I found out that sleep paralysis is a natural part of sleep, and it's actually something that is part of the sensations we can feel when we're getting close to having an out-of-body experience. So I thought that's pretty interesting. And so I decided to do the course. And I learned practices to have out-of-body experiences, to come out of my body during sleep. And I've been trying these for a few weeks, and I'd felt the sensations come on a few times. I felt myself get paralyzed. I'd felt vibrations through my body. One time I thought I made it out, but it was all vague and it didn't last very long. So I wasn't sure that I really did it. But there was one day when I really felt quite clearly that I did it, because it was all so clear to me. What I did, I was trying the technique one morning when I had time to sleep in. And as I was doing the technique, I felt myself become heavier. And then I felt those vibrations coming through my whole body. And then I just sort of floated up out of my body to stand on the end of my bed. And then I thought, okay. I looked around, it was my room just as it is, and I thought, what am I going to do? I decided to go out. I went into the hallway, walked to the end of the hall to another room, and then jumped out through the window. I was standing on my roof, and then, I asked for help to go somewhere, and I just lifted up into the air, and I was flying very rapidly towards the coast, flying over the rooftops, and very soon I found myself over water. And I was flying over the water for, and it was amazing. The sun was out, the sea, it was shining. The water was just beautiful, and I was just flying above it at the height of the clouds. And I was just looking down thinking, this is amazing. It's so clear. I mean, to fly is such an amazing thing. I'd always dreamed of flying as a kid, and there I was flying. And so I went to a place, and when I came back from it, I went back over the ocean. And I thought, I really want to dive down. I want to see what it's like. Okay, so I stopped flying mid-air, and I was just looking down at the surface of the sea. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go down. And I went down really fast, and then I got scared and pulled back up, because the ocean was just, if you imagine skydiving, how fast it rushes up at you. I thought I was going to die on impact. I just couldn't get used to the idea that I'd just go through it. I tried it again, saw it rush up on me, pulled back up. And the third time I thought, okay, if I can fly, surely I can dive from a great height into the water without killing myself. So I just let myself drop. I dived down into the water, and I plunged down underneath the ocean, right down to the seabed. And I was just floating in the water, just near the seabed. And I was looking around, and it was just as you'd think the sea would be, a bit murky. And I never thought about if I could breathe or not at first. I was just breathing normally. And then the thought got into my head, oh, am I supposed to breathe? And then I started looking around going, where's the surface? Because I was quite far down. And even though I'd been breathing fine for a long time, I started panicking, worrying about whether I could breathe. And then I just woke myself up because I got in such a fit. And I just snapped back to my body, all of a sudden back in my body as soon as I got afraid. And then I woke up and thought that was an amazing experience, and I wrote it down. And that really inspired me to keep trying to get more.